Yudir Chafchet.
Yeah. Okay. So we continue. Ezrat Hashem, Perek Chet, Pasuk Kaftet. And as we explained in last shiur, the Gaon learns those psukim as a message the Chokhmah addresses to everyone, saying basically that the Chokhmah came before anything else was created. So he said the Chokhmah came before Shuvah, before the 7 creations that came before the Eretz, which is the Torah, the Teshuvah, Gan Eden, Gehinam, the Kisei HaKavod, the Bet HaMikdash. And then Shlomo HaMelech continues and explains that Kadosh Baruch Hu created the Tehom, created the water, the Tohu Vavohu, Choshech, or the difference between light and darkness, the Rakia, right, the firmament, and how that does that work? All this is from, we addressed it last psukim, and he continues on until the creation of men. Pasuk Kaftet, Besumo layam huko, he assigned, right? He established to the sea a hawk, a law, essentially limits. Okay. Umayim lo ya'avu piv, and the waters can never transgress his commandment. Behuko mos de aretz, right? From his hawk, when he established the creation of the world. So he says the Gaon. What does it mean that he assigned limits? Besumo layam huko. Says when the Torah says yikavu amayim, the waters should gather. Right. So he essentially, at this point, is reorganizing the structure of the creation, because until this point, the water is floating on top of the earth being the more dense and heaviest element, right? So there's earth, and on top of it you have water, and on top of it you have air, ruach, and on top of it you have fire, right? So now Kadosh Baruch Hu is reorganizing the laws of nature in a way that the earth can actually be on top of water, which goes against the nature of earth. Normally, the nature of the element of earth, it should be under the water, not at the level or top of it. So how does he do that? First, yikavu amayim. He ordered the waters to have kavim, right? To have limitations. Umayim lo ya'avu piv, and the water cannot transgress his commandment, meaning the water cannot go anywhere else. It will gather only in one location. When he established, laws, the hukim at the creation of the world, he says this is referring to what? To v'tera'e hayabasha, the revelation of land. So in this pasuk, HaKadosh Baruch Hu, with his wisdom, with his chokhmah, infused, two laws of nature. One, that the water should always connect to each other and find itself. and two, that the earth should be thin and dry. So these laws of nature, says the Gaon, are revelation or expression of the Chokhmah that HaKadosh Baruch Hu used in the creation. For example, right, we know that the Pasuk in Yirmiyahu or the Pasuk in Tehillim both say that waters have limits, meaning the Galim, the waves, even though they thrive to want to go on top of the land, but they come and they go back, right? They try, the waves come on the shore, but then they're pushed back. So the gravity or the limitations of the water are the manifestation of HaKadosh Baruch Hu's Chokhmah, so that they can allow, okay, dry land to also coexist with them. Yes.
Maybe it's because I missed the last shiur, but what isn't everything that Hashem did in creation a revelation of His Chokhmah and how
No, yes, but here, yes, but
it was?
No, but now the Chokhmah, now it's the Chokhmah talking, yeah? So the Chokhmah is telling you, before all this, I was there, like, and everything that you see, it came from me. It came from the Chokhmah, meaning if you study the dryness of the land, you will find the Chokhmah, you will reveal the Chokhmah of Hashem. If you study the limitations of the water, you will find the Chokhmah of Hashem. That's really what the Shlomo Melech is coming to say, that in all those different phenomena of nature, we have the signature of HaKadosh Baruch Hu's wisdom. Pasuk Lamed. Vayehye etzlo Amon. I am a source of emunah, I am a source of confidence to him. Who? The Chokhmah says that, yeah? Va'ehye sha'ashu'im yom yom. And I'm a source of joy and fun every day, day by day. Mesacheket lefanav bechol et. And I am playful to him at all time. HaKadosh Baruch Hu used the Chokhmah as a source of emunah, as a source of trust and confidence. And he invested in that dry land, again, more of that Chokhmah to create an ecosystem. At the end, it's for men, yeah, but to create an ecosystem. And that's why he says, HaKadosh Baruch Hu created the Gan Eden on the land, not the spiritual Gan Eden, right? Where Adam and Chava will be put. So he put in place and garnished the dry land that essentially was supposed to be the nucleus of the creation. He took it out, brought it up, and on this island that's called the dry land of the earth, right? He started garnishing it with trees, with forests, gardens. And in order for it to have daylight, seasons, right? He created cycles of astrologic cycles, which is the me'orot, the sun and the moon. Yom Yom, so that there should be day, there should be night. All this is for one purpose, right? Again, you see that Shlomo Amer is saying that Kadosh Baruch Hu created all this creation with a specific purpose. It's not just random land and it's not stam, that it's not for any purpose. That's there's trees and there's oases and there's gardens and there's desert and there's forests. No, all this was purposely created with the chokhmah. Again, we're going to see. The purpose will be revealed soon, right? But also, so throughout this purpose, Kadosh Baruch Hu, right, embellished the land, put an astrological system, okay, to create day, night, and seasons. משחקת לפניו בכל עת. Who is HaKadosh Baruch Hu mesachek? What is rejoiceful? What is an enjoyment, a playful creation to HaKadosh Baruch Hu? Chachamim tell us the Leviathan. So it's all the creation of the seas, all the animals of the seas. Like the pasuk says, Leviathan ze yatzarta lesachek bo. Right? You created the Leviathan to play with it, to rejoice from it. And we're talking about what? When will be the rejoice, the simcha and the schok, right? Of through the Leviathan, when the tzaddikim will enjoy from the Leviathan le'atid lavo, at the end of time. So again, even the life that Hashem created in the waters, in the seas, this also has a purpose. To come and say that it's not that there's one world on land and there's one world in the sea, and one has no connection with the other. They just exist in a parallel environment. No. The worlds of the waters also were created with chokhmah, with a specific purpose. And here we are pasuk lamed. Yeah, the progress of the use of the chokhmah in creation, like we said, we continue last year. So Shlomo Melech comes and says everything has been created with chokhmah to service a specific purpose. And now that the rejoice, the pleasant and the enjoyment, right, of the tool of the rejoicing, the tool of the enjoyment has been brought to the world, which is the Leviathan, right? So now if there is a tool for rejoice, a tool for pleasure, now you have to create who gets the pleasure from that, right? Pleasure is now created. The purpose of the tool of the joy and happiness and enjoyment is created. Comes pasuk lamed alef. משחקת בתבל ארצו, right? Enjoying, being playful בתבל ארצו, in land that is inhabited. ושעשועי et bnei Adam, and finding joy and playfulness with mankind, with men. Says the Gaon, Mesacheket betevel arzo, it plays with the inhabited man, is what? He says that the Gemara in Masechet Baba Batra says, La'atid lavo, when the time will come, HaKadosh Baruch Hu will tell the tzaddikim, let's go hunt the Leviathan. Let's go hunt the Leviathan. And the Gemara says, is there enough of is there the big hook is the hook big enough to actually catch the Leviathan? Is there any net that's wide enough to trap the Leviathan? The Leviathan is humongous. You can put all the tzaddikim that you want. How can they catch the Leviathan? It's impossible. So the Gemara says, Lule Hashem Ozro, if it's not for HaKadosh Baruch Hu's help, right, to the tzaddikim to catch the Leviathan, for sure they cannot catch it. And here there is the introduction of mankind, which is the purpose of the entire creation with the Chokhmah. HaKadosh Baruch Hu could have created the world without the Chokhmah, without infusing his wisdom. He could have created the world in a different way. But it chose to create the world with his Chokhmah, like we said in last shiur, and stamp every step of the creation, every element of the creation with his signature of Chokhmah, so that we can relate to him and find a purpose, right? Like we said in last shiur. All this for one purpose, which is to rejoice with HaKadosh Baruch Hu, which is now Hashem helping the tzaddik on his own playground, which is to hunt the Leviathan, whatever that means. And now we have an interaction between the creation, purpose of creation, man, and the creator, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. So the union or the environment where the creator, the purpose of creation and its creation now coexist and align themselves. And it has to be done with what? With a playful, a rejoiceful environment, playground, creation. And that's what the Leviathan represents. The tzaddik has to want to hunt the Leviathan, has to go after what's rejoiceful, okay? He has to go after his purpose for God to come and help him and realize that purpose. Meaning, if the tzaddik doesn't go after and doesn't hunt his own happiness, his own purpose, what rejoices him, what makes him happy, then he cannot benefit from the help of HaKadosh Baruch Hu. The purpose is so big. The purpose and the happiness is so immense and undefinable, that's the Leviathan, that there's no way for you to actually acquire it if it's not for HaKadosh Baruch Hu's help. V'sha'ashu'ai et bnei Adam. V'sha'ashu'ai et bnei Adam. And my rejoicing is, right, with my delighting, my happiness, my playground, my right, is with men. Come HaKadosh Baruch Hu and says that when man is busy looking for his purpose, and a purpose that's greater than what he believes his purpose is, if he's only focusing on his immediate needs. Once the man looks for that happiness, that infinite happiness, looks for that purpose, he invites HaKadosh Baruch Hu's the intervention is in his life. Now HaKadosh Baruch Hu engages personally in the reason the person came to this world. And not only engages, but he helps to come and say what you cannot do on your own, HaKadosh Baruch Hu does for you. What seems impossible to you, HaKadosh Baruch Hu comes and makes it happen. But you need to engage in that purposeful quest, hunt for HaKadosh Baruch Hu to get involved. And this is V'shashua et bnei Adam. He says this is Naaseh Adam b'tzalmenu kidmutenu. It's like we will create a man at our image, okay, within our essence, meaning HaKadosh Baruch Hu infuses, creates the neshama, and gives man now the tool and the ability to connect to him through the meaningful and the purposeful lifestyle. And we have said that what? That this is what the Chokhmah gives you, right? We said earlier in Pasuk Kaf, Le'anhil ohavai, yes, I give the ability to the ones that love me, right? The koach, the ability to see purpose and essence. That's what the Chokhmah does, right? So by having men using the Chokhmah that is installed and infused throughout the entire creation, the man can find now the purpose, and by hunting and looking for the purpose, he invites God, which is the Hashem's Chokhmah, which is the Chokhmah that he infuses in creation, and now align himself perfectly with the purpose of creation, finds God through the Chokhmah, and now benefits from the help of God that is hidden in nature through the Chokhmah, that is in nature, and unlocks miraculous behavior and potential that is inside the nature, hidden in the wisdom, in the Chokhmah of HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Have I lost you or not yet? Clear? Summarize. Because this is where this is the purpose. Now we got to the purpose. So HaKadosh says the Chokhmah like this. God used Chokhmah to create a world. Okay? He used me. The Chokhmah says, I came before anything was created. And God used me to create the world. Right? With me, he created Teshuvah, he created spiritual world, Olam Haba, he created Gehinam, he created Kisei HaKavod, he created the Sefirot, he created the Bet HaMikdash, he created the right and the left, right? And then he created physical world. He created the Hiyuli, he created the original elements. Then he created the water and the rakia, sorry, and he created then he created the water, and then he separated the water from the land, and then that dry land put on it garnishment. He put in it oases, trees, fruits, animals, right? Made it a lot of fun. And then he created, a whole world in the water. To finally, then he created a purpose where we connect, which is called the Livyatan, which is the point of connection between me, God, through my chokhmah, and you, the purpose of creation, man. So now the point of connection, the purpose that will allow us to interact is created. Before you, man, is even created. I created the purpose for us to connect. Right? The point of connection. And then the purpose, the ultimate purpose of creation, you, man, is created. Now, you create also with Chokhmah, and you have the Chokhmah, and you have, God gave you the soul. So now, with your Chokhmah and your Neshama, you have the ability to find purpose in creation and find substance. Lanhile or Havayesh, like we said in Pasuk Kafales. Now, through that, you will find essence and purpose. That is the Leviathan, right? But you have to hunt it. You have to go after it. How can you reveal what's my purpose, the purpose of creation? How can you reveal what's my mission in this world? You can't. You can only try to. And then what happens? Because it's too big for you, the Leviathan is humongous, right? Come HaKadosh Baruch Hu and helps you. That's how you invite God in your life and turn something that's impossible into possible. And how do you reveal God in your life? How do you bring the help of God in your life? Because God is in the creation through his chokhmah. And you are looking for a purpose through the chokhmah, through acquiring of the chokhmah. So suddenly your chokhmah connects to the chokhmah that is hidden in creation of God. And now you unlock the limitless chokhmah that is of God in nature, and you start benefiting from the miraculous behavior of nature into your life through the chokhmah that you reveal by looking for the chokhmah of HaKadosh Baruch Hu and making it a purpose and a purposeful life. Is it clearer, Stanley? Yeah. Good. And he says,
Rob, before we go, is this different than Hishtadlut, or is this doing your Hishtadlut
no,
by
that's
getting the
exactly
knowledge,
it.
you do your
That's
Hishtadlut?
that's Ishtadlut. But that's your Ishtadlut, okay, with a purpose and a focus, not just Stam Ishtadlut. The Ishtadlut here, the effort is in that you're putting is to reveal, right, what is the essence of life, what is the purpose of life, what is real versus, and reject what isn't, and put all your effort in what is meaningful. And by doing your ishtadlut and doing the purpose, yeah, that's the key word, that's beautiful, right? You trigger the help of HaKadosh Baruch Hu in the effort that you do. That even if it seems unbearable and undoable and impossible, by doing your part with the right approach and the right purpose with the chokhmah, you unlock the infinite wisdom of HaKadosh Baruch Hu, the chokhmah of HaKadosh Baruch Hu, that's hidden in creation to come and help you, even though it sounds impossible, right? And he says, this is what he says, V'sha'ashu'ai et bnei Adam. He says, the Gaon, why does he say V'sha'ashu'ai and my joy, my delightment, my pleasure, et ben Adam is mankind. He should say V'sha'ashu'ai bnei Adam, my enjoyment, it's ben Adam. Why et ben Adam? So he brings the Pirkei de Rabbi Eliezer that says, Et lo tov heyot Adam levado na'asa ezer kenegdo, is the creation also of woman. Et sha'ashu'ai, he says, HaKadosh Baruch Hu didn't want to make man lonely, so HaKadosh Baruch Hu gave to man the wife so that she can drive him crazy and keep him busy And so that now she has, he's never alone. For sure, he's never going to be alone, right? She's going to remind you that you cannot be alone. That's Chava. Good. So now the purpose has been revealed. The connection between the purpose and the creator is revealed. The tool connecting both is revealed. And comes Shlomo HaMelech and tell us, if you cannot find Chokhmat Hashem every step of the way, you're mistaken. If you cannot reveal God in every situation, that means you're not aligned. You're missing something. Good. Pasuk Lamed Bet. Ve'ata banim, and now my sons, shim'u li, listen to me. Ve'ashrei derachai yishmoru, and lucky are the ones that keep my ways. Says the Gaon, ve'ata banim shim'u li. Now Kadosh Baruch Hu is telling, after I've revealed to you all this, what does Shimuli listen to me? HaTorah tishme'u, listen to the Torah. Because the Torah, if I've just told you that everything is created with Chokhmah, and my signature throughout the creation is Chokhmah, right? So all science and all these amazing revelations are nothing else but Chokhmah, right? It's indications of Chokhmah. And what is Chokhmah? It's my signature, says God, right? So, Banim, my sons, if you want to be my sons, and if you want to be a vessel that receives, and you want an interaction with me as a father to a son, which is an unconditional love and attention, Shim'uli, listen to me. And what is listen to me? Listen to my Torah. I've given you, right, the source of all Chokhmah. I've given you the antidote to all cures. I've given you the answers to all dilemmas and all problems. It's the Torah. So you don't need to go and waste your time trying to find the Chokhmah in nature, because I've given you a book that consolidates and gathers all of it. And that's called the Torah Kedosha. Ve'ashrei deracha yishmoru, and lucky and blessed are the ones that follow my path, that keep my path. He says, Mi she'yishmor et haTorah lekayema. Now, if who is the lucky one? Who is the lucky one? The ones that applies the Torah. So the ones that apply the Torah is the one that actually lives with the Chokhmah. So his behavior is a manifestation of the Chokhmah. And why is he called Ashrei? Why is he so lucky? Why is he's the happy one? It's because if you apply the behavior, through your behavior, the wisdom of the Torah, we just said that what do you trigger? you trigger Hashem's involvement in your life. That's what hunting the Leviathan for the tzaddikim is. And for that, you're ashrei. For that, you're lucky. For that, you're happy. Because this is how you invite Hashem's help into your life. By applying the chokhmah, by applying the Torah in your behavior. And now Shlomo Melech is going to go back to Bereshit, to the Aleph Bet of Mishlei. If you recall, in Pasuk Aleph, the Gaon said that Mishlei is broken into 3 books. I know it's a long time ago, but he said like this: there is 3 chalakim to Mishlei. Mamash in Pasuk Aleph, in the Pirush, he said what? Ve'hu asa kan 3 sefarim. Shlomo wrote 3 books. The first book of Mishlei is to talk about Chokhmah. The second book of Mishlei is to talk about Musar. And the third book of Mishlei is to talk about the Torah itself. So, and the first book of Mishlei finishes at the end of Perek Tet. So now we're at the end of the first book of Mishlei, which is, and what has been focused on Chokhmah. It's all about the Chokhmah. If you pay attention, it's been talking about the Chokhmah, about the Binah, about the benefits of the Chokhmah, about the flip side if you don't have the Chokhmah. So now that we're coming to the end of Perek Chet and the beginning of Perek Tet, Shlomo will start summarizing now the benefits and the tools to the acquisition of the Chokhmah as a summary, right, to his first book of Mishlei, which is the book of Chokhmah. So he says, now, Shim'u Pasuk Lamed Gimel, Shim'u Musar Vechokhmato, Vechachamu, sorry. Shim'u Musar Vachachamu. Listen to the Musar and become Chacham, and become wise. To discipline, right? Ve'al tifra'u, and don't be porea, don't go all over the place. And don't distort it. There's an afra'a, to bother. Le'afriya, yeah? To bother, to create chaos. What do you mean to la'afriya? Don't altafriya, don't bother, don't intervene, don't interfere. Meaning don't create balagana, don't create confusion. Says the Gaon, now Shlomo HaMelech starts to consolidate the teachings and summarize and write a conclusion, right, to his first book of Chokhmah, to the first book of Mishlei. It says like this: we need two things to live a way of God. We said in Pasuk Yudbet, "Ve'ashrei derachai yishmoru." Lucky and happy is the one that keeps my Torah, right? That behaves with the Chokhmat Torah. But he says you need two things to live to live that life, to behave that way. Shimon Mosar v'Chacham. You need Musar, you need discipline, and you need the Chokhmah, and you need wisdom. So he's going back to what he said earlier. Pasuk Gimel, if you remember Pasuk Gimel, Mishlei Shlomo ben David Melech Israel. These are the proverbs of Shlomo, the son of David, the king of Israel. Ladat Chokhmah u'Musar, to know Chokhmah and Musar. Le'avrin imre bina, and to understand the words of discernment, of bina. Lakahat musar askel, to take with you discipline. Tzedek u'mishpat, right? Righteousness and honesty, u'mesharim, and a straight behavior. So he says this is Shim'u Musar v'Chacham. If you listen, if you pay attention, if you take, lishmoa, if you remember, it can mean listen, but it can mean to accept. Shma benim, accept my son, right? Right. So shim'u li, accept what I have to say, embrace what I'm coming to teach you, embrace me. Who is embrace me? Me, the chokhmah. Embrace it, accept it, implement it in your behavior. And for that, you need musar, and you need data, and you need the chokhmah itself. If you want to embrace me, and if you want to live a life with that and have a behavior of chokhmah, you need the musar, you need discipline. Ve'al tifra'u, and don't confuse, don't create balagan. What does it mean? Don't spell things, don't confuse things, don't mix things. It says there's a seder. First, you need the musar. And then you need the chokhmah. First, you need to listen and accept. You need the discipline to learn, to internalize, to implement. In order for you to now see the depth of the chokhmah, appreciate chokhmah, and know how to extend the chokhmah and use it. If you have chokhmah and you don't have discipline, then chokhmah can become a very dangerous tool, because you think you know, and you think you can implement, and you think you can teach, and you think you can foresee, and you think you can project, but in reality, you're completely wrong, because you have never absorbed and implemented and used the chokhmah in your behavior to actually understand it and use it and project it further. It's like a mashal, an example, yeah, leavdil. It's like you give a weapon to someone, right? It's like you give a scalpel to a doctor that never practiced. And you tell him, okay, now you start doing surgery, open heart surgery. If you don't have the discipline, if you don't have the musar, if you don't have the experience, if you don't have the know-how, you're going to kill your patient. You think you're opening the right place, but maybe you're opening an artery. And the guy's going to start gushing blood all over. So theory is very dangerous if you don't have the discipline and the application. So comes Shlomo Melech and says, Shim'u Musar, listen to the Musar, apply the Torah, be disciplined, practice, v'chachamu. And that's how you're going to become a chacham. That's how you can now use and project yourself through the chokhmah. And if you recall, in Pasuk Vav there, the Gaon said that it's not, we have what? Chokhmah, Musar, right? We have or Musar, Chokhmah, and Bina. That's how is Mesaderet in the beginning of Mishlei, right? And we have 3 books: the Chokhmah, the book of Musar, and the Torah Kedosha, the implementation, right? And the Gaon explained that it's 3 that include all 3 also. Meaning the Chokhmah has in it the Chokhmah, the Musar, and the Torah. Musar has Musar, Chokhmah, and Torah, and the Torah has Torah, Chokhmah, Musar. 3 that are 3 of 3, which is the secret of, yes, Rabbi Brian?
Shalosh b'em shalosh.
Shalosh Shem, Shalosh, Shalosh, Biduk, which is the Mochin, the Ketech Chokhmah Binah, right? That have in it Chesed, Gvura, and Tiferet, that have in it Netzach Hod Yesod, right? And the Chesed, Gvura, and Binah, the Chesed, Gvura, and Tiferet, sorry, have in it Ketech Chokhmah Binah, and have in it Netzach Hod Yesod. And the Netzach Hod Yesod have in it Ketech Chokhmah Binah, Chesed, Gvura, Tiferet. Meaning all 3 are intertwined of 3 and coexist among the 3. And says the Gaon, in the words, Ve'ata banim shim'uli, in Shemar, we have like this, banim shim'u li. Banim is the son, right? Banim, my son. Shim'u li, listen to me. Now, my son can be or the father talking, or can be the mother talking. Nachon? Now, the pasuk says, "Ki em la bina tikra." Shlomo HaMelech says, "Em la bina tikra." you call the Bina mother. Which means that when Shlomo HaMelech says, Banim Shim'uli, my children listen to me, it could be Shim'u li, listen to me, it could be or the Chokhmah, the father, or the Bina, the mother. Nachon? Could be both. It's open to both. And we say also, Shimu Musar v'Chachamu. Right? Listen to the Musar and become Chacham. So now we have the Chokhmah, we have the Bina, and we have the Musar. The three pillars, okay, needed to serve HaKadosh Baruch Hu, okay, which is against, which represent the three books of Mishlei, Chokhmah, Musar, and Torah. Okay? So in that pasuk, ve'ata banim shimuli ve'ashrei derachai yishmoru, shim'u musar v'chachamu ve'al tifrau. Okay? So we have in it shalosh that are included of shalosh. Right? The whole concept of shalosh, shem shalosh are in the words ve'ata banim shimuli, the key word of Shema, that repeats itself after in Shim'u Musa v'Chachamu, because in Shim'u you have Shim'uli from the Bina, Em Labanim Tikra, we have the Musar, and v'Chachamu we have the Chokhmah. The Al Tifrau, and don't mix them up. Keep them aligned. Keep them also united. You understand? The three that are 3-3 cannot be disconnected. That's the message Shlomo HaMelech wants to give us according to the Gaon. In Shim'u Musar v'Chachamu, Shim'u referring to the Bina, because Banim Shim'u li, Banim Shim'u li, the Banim that listen are li to me. And who's me? Who can call the Banim? Em la Bina Tikra. Call the mother Bina. So that's the Bina. Shim'u is the Bina. Musar v'Chachamu is the Chokhmah. Al Tifrau, do not disconnect, do not mix them around. Don't make a balagan. Shalosh, Shem Shalosh, Shalosh. And if you have that, we're going to stop here, but now he continues. If we have the Chokhmah, if we have the Chokhmah, Musar, and Bina, or Musar, Chokhmah, Bina, or Bina, Chokhmah, Musar, depending on how how you approach it. Ashrei Adam Shomei Ali Lishkot Al Daltotai Yom Yom Lishmo Mezuzot Etachai. Lucky is the man that I can, right, appreciate and implement this Chokhmah of the Shalosh Shem Shalosh Shalosh, which he will address in Pasuk Lamed Dalet, which we'll learn Be'ezrat Hashem next year. Any questions?
It sounds so easy and logical to do the plan, no?
Yeah,
and then implementation is so hard.
But that we haven't touched implementation yet. The only reason why it makes so much sense and it sounds so easy is because we've only addressed Chokhmah.
Okay.
The painful application is in the book of Mishlei that will address Musar.
Okay. Beautiful.
Yes.
Thank you, Rav.
Ryan, we're good? We're putting everything back. Tov, Be'ezrat Hashem. So Baruch Hashem, we just learned Pasuk Lamed Gimel, Pasuk Perek Chet, Pasuk Lamed Gimel. So just so you understand, so from now until the end of Perek Chet, of Perek Tet, sorry, which has Chai Psukim. Okay, it's all okay. It's all about Chokhmah. The next from Pasuk Yud on, right? It's going to be it's Chokhmat Musar. We're going to start learning the Musar.
Transition. Like,
Yes.
like we're gonna have like a smooth transition. Is someone able to identify the transition if they weren't learning it the right way?
What do you mean?
From Chokhmah to Musa, like can you tell the difference in the
It starts right away. Mishlei Shlomo ben Chacham, Yesamach Av, Uben Kisil Tugat. So right away, he's going to start with Musa. Right now comes the application.
amazing?
Be'ezrat Hashem. So now he's summarizing, and giving a conclusion to everything that we've learned about the Chokhmah. Chaim Tovim. Tov. Besorot Tovot.
Man, thank you very much.
Be'ava.
Thank you.
כל טוב.